It's 19:05 and we're all here. I'd like to call the meeting to order. And I'd like to ask if there's any additions to the agenda. We have one addition to the agenda. Street. Bridge. Do we have any additions to the agenda, maybe in the bridge?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so one addition to the agenda, please, an update on the bridge closure for the Granville Street Fitness.
Any other additions to the agenda? Hearing none, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the agenda with the one addition to the end agenda with respect.
So moved.
You. Seconder. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, motion carried. Agenda is approved with the addition. Gallery presentations. No gallery presentations this evening. Acknowledgements. I had a list of acknowledgements that's given to me earlier today, and I know that October's, when I look for them, German Heritage Month. And probably why we have Oktoberfest here. Melissa, do you have the list of acknowledgements by any chance? Oh, I got it, sorry. Yes, German Heritage Month, Canadian Islamic History Month. October is Latin American Heritage Month, Women's History Month, Mi'kmaq History Month. October 1st was National Seniors Day. October 11th was International Day of the Girl Child. October 18th is Person Days. Any local acknowledgements from council?
Hi. Hi, Deputy Mayor. I'd like to acknowledge the Austin Letcher ceremony for October 18th.
Well received. And I'd like to acknowledge that the mayor is not in the chair this evening. I am, and she sends regrets, but is with us online, thankfully. Thank you for that, Mayor Brenda Chisholm. Agenda item number 6, the approval of council minutes. Do we have any errors or omissions detected in the council minutes from September 2nd? Hearing none, can I ask for an approval of the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor McCrory. Seconded by Councillor Barrett. Business arising from the minutes.
So Deputy Mayor, item 9, those minutes, was regarding the boats that were down on the waterfront at the north of at the wharf. And I'm just wondering, is there any update on there was a sailboat and a fishing boat? Are they still there? Have they been removed or?
They are still there. Do we have any updates from staff?
Yeah, so Gordy Snook, General Manager of Facilities, has been in contact with all of the owners.
Yep.
And is trying to move ahead on arrangements for that, for the removal of those boats. And would be happy for Gordy to give council a written update on that.
Okay, great.
Yep. And the other issue, sorry, the Deputy Mayor, is under correspondence about the town inviting the municipality of the county of Inverness to present on their asylum initiative.
Yes,
Has there been any?
there has been. I understand from our communications director that an invite has been sent.
Yep.
I believe they're coming on October
18th
October 18th.
for committee of whole.
Community hall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there'll be their CAO, Councillor Keith, or CAO Keith McDonald will present.
Okay. Yep, great.
Yeah.
Huh?
The 21st.
Yes, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other business arriving from the minutes? Council reports, report from the committee of the whole. Mr. Hook.
Yes, your worship. So a couple of items coming from committee of whole for council consideration. First, motion for consideration is with respect to the climate risk assessment program. We've made an application to the federal government to be accepted into this program, which requires a motion of council for the application to go forward. So the resolution or a council motion is that the town of Port Hawkesbury direct staff to apply for a funding opportunity from the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, local leadership for climate adaptation fund, and climate ready plans and processes program for a climate risk assessment and prioritized adaptation plan for the town of Port Hawkesbury.
Thank you. Is there any discussion that'd like to be held on the climate risk program motion? Okay, hearing none, can I have a motion to approve the climate risk program motion as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Mayor Chisholm Beaton, and seconded by Councillor Barrett. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next motion for consideration.
Is acknowledging the Rotary Club. The town of Port Hawkesbury extend a formal invitation to the Rotary Club to attend an upcoming council meeting in order to recognize and express appreciation for their long-standing commitment to community initiatives.
Any discussion on that?
I'd
Motion?
make the motion.
And we'll vote on the motion as presented. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed?
Yes.
And I believe there's good progress on that motion already. This motion.
Yes. And the next one is for a request from the curling club. And that's that the town of Port Hawkesbury offer a rate of $300 to the street area curling club for a rental of the Sarek Auditorium for Celtic Colors 2025.
Any discussion from council on the motion? Okay, one more, we have a seconder.
Second.
The Councillor Barrett seconds. All those in favor of the curling club's request?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, next,
Approval of minutes.
council committee reports, approval of minutes. Council committee meeting of the whole September 16th. And business arising from the committee of the whole minutes.
I move the adoption of the minutes.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder?
Second.
Councillor Barrett seconds it. All those in favor?
Yes.
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 Opposed, nay? Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is motions from in camera. We have no motions from in camera.
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Correspondence. We've received a letter from Seasonal Services, as we read in your package, which is a routine letter. And do we need to read that, or has everyone read that letter?
Mhm.
Okay. So essentially, they're asking for a funding gap in case they overexpend what they can fundraise. And to their credit, they've never asked for that in all their years, and many of the council participated in that endeavor. So do we have a motion for consideration from that letter?
A motion.
Happy to second.
Okay, and the motion is that the town of Port Hawkesbury approve the request to provide funds necessary to cover any shortfall incurred with the 2025 Seasonal Services Port Hawkesbury project, which is funded by donations, as well as provide the donation of postage on the sponsorship letters that will be mailed in. All in favor?
Yes.
Yeah. Opposed? Okay, motion carried.
Yes.
We've received correspondence from the Nova Scotia Federation of Municipalities. Mr. Lowe, would like to,
So So this is in response to a letter that council prepared advocating for additional funding for the library system, in particular our Eastern Counties Regional Libraries. And this is in response to that letter, just indicating that they will take that into consideration.
No motion from that letter required.
No.
And, okay, that's it for correspondence. Agenda item 11, proclamations, and resolutions. I understand there is none on this evening's agenda. Agenda item number 12, other business. We have 4 items. Number 1, Sports Wall of Fame. Councilor Barrett, do you have any updates?
Yes, so we have our names of our inductees. First is Huey McDougall, former deputy mayor, and in recognition of his accomplishments, not just as a baseball player, but as a coach. And you know, as a coach, I find that in high regard. Just taking those skills and passing those on to the next generation. Invaluable to the community. Next name is Marcy McNeil. She had a tremendous athletic career, most notably as a volleyball player, spanning both high school, varsity, and Team Nova Scotia. And then the third is the late Trish Little. Extraordinary basketball player. It's felt continued on with her name associated with the basketball tournament in town. So definitely proud to put her name forward, especially since I went to high school with her.
Absolutely.
Speaking of high school, 2 youth awards. The first is Chad Richards, and the other is Ella Bartlett. And the high school sports, I find that an important aspect, giving kids good life lessons. Teamwork, ups and downs with the wins and losses, and just a drive to be better. So look forward to handing out these inductees.
Thank you for that, Councilor Barrett. And we have one posthumous award for Miss Little, Trish. And did the other awardees, are they aware, or are they?
They're
Oh,
aware.
wonderful. Good.
Deputy Mayor, if I might comment for just one quick moment.
But absolutely. You're right.
I just wanted to send my gratitude to the Sports Wall of Fame committee. And particularly John Davis. He spent part of the afternoon assisting with informing the inductees. So just wanted to send my thanks off to the committee.
Well received and nice acknowledgement. Thank you. Agenda item 12.2, Halloween hours. Mr. Royal.
Yes, Mr. Chair, so we would like council to consider the following motion. And this is in keeping with past emotions from previous years. And that is that the town of Port Hawkesbury permit trick or treating until 8 p.m. on Friday, October 31st. Halloween masks will not be permitted to be worn on town streets after 8 p.m. and a 10 p.m. curfew will be in effect for ages 16 years and under.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motions presented?
So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Yeah. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? And carried. Agenda item 12.3, Nova Scotia Federation of Municipalities. Narrative and Beaton, if you're still online, could you address
Sure.
that?
Yeah, no, happy to. NSFM falls on the same week as our November public meeting. So I would like to propose for the benefit of council, if they would be open to having a joint council and committee of the whole meeting for the third Tuesday of the month. That way we would eliminate any conflicts for those elected officials that will be attending the NSFM fall conference.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And we may not have quorum if there's 3 going as well, and that's possible. So what are the wishes of council to reconfigure the regular scheduled meeting, combine it into one?
I make that motion.
Okay.
Sorry. Councilman.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna reschedule as presented by the mayor to municipal business in Halifax, and motion's carried. Agenda item 12.4, council expenses. Mr. Doyle.
Yes, so the expense report has been included in your package. So for the month of September, the total amount expended was $1,200 and $1,228.40. And that's this report will be posted on our social media page and our webpage.
Okay, and Mayor Chittenbeaton, did you want to give any discussion on your visit to Halifax with respect to the offshore wind conference?
Sure. Yeah, no, it was a really informative conference, and I can certainly provide some detail at our committee of the whole in 2 weeks' time, but certainly open to questions in the interim. Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Agenda item 13, we have one approved agenda item, which is with respect to closure of the bridge, and I understand town staff Jason McMillan's going to give a presentation on that for us all.
Thank you, and through you, Deputy Mayor. Wanted to provide council and attendance with a brief update on progress for the arrangements of the Brandon Street bridge closures, which we briefed you on late last week previous. So since then, there's been a lot of activity in preparation of that work. We've been working closely with the WSP Consulting Traffic Engineering Group on preparing a traffic closure plan. So that's setting up appropriate signage and making sure that is done in accordance with the temporary workplace traffic control manual and to the current highest standards required for those types of closures. And that plan has been finalized. It's been sent to Nova Scotia Public Works for review by their local area manager and traffic authority. And we've got favorable comments. We've had that plan reviewed by our in-house safety consultant with favorable comments, and it's been reviewed obviously by our own public works field staff. So happy to say that we've put a lot of work into procuring the equipment and materials needed to execute the closure, which is upcoming later this week. So it's a host of a variety of signage, as you can see here. There's barricade materials, concrete blocking materials, some fencing arrangements that we're going to install to improve safety for pedestrians through that area. So an extensive amount of work, all with the guise of safety for the public. And I'd also like to note that there's been a lot of work put into communication planning for the public, which was that started last week, and more work has happened since. And the public should expect more notification messages forthcoming as the week evolves. If we can move to the next one, just a bit of an example of the type of messaging that we'll try to push out to the public. Thursday, October 9th, this week is our planned date for executing the bridge closures. And that is, we feel quite confident on that now, but it could be subject to change pending any issues that we have with logistics of some of the materials being to site. So we've done our absolute best to try to coordinate things as closely as we possibly could to be able to execute this on Thursday. We have professional traffic control company helping us, which will be set up on Reed Street to provide a safe space for our staff to receive delivery of some materials and set it up safely. And yeah,
Yes, yes.
quite confident that this will go off as well on Thursday. Happy to answer any questions from council since our previous meeting.
Thank you for your presentation. You know, we can anticipate that this is going to be a traffic inconvenience to the citizens for sure. It's going to be rerouting normal routes. It's going to put more pressure on other few streets that we have. But it's a safety issue and we're keeping our citizens safe. How did you determine that the bridge wasn't safe? It was through, I understand, regular inspections?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, Deputy Mayor, we've been undertaking ongoing inspections of the town road bridges for years. The latest inspection was done mere days ago, and the inspection engineering consultant notified us of an issue that they wanted to bring to our attention. Obviously, we don't take anything coming to us in that regard very, very seriously. And we've made the decision since then to close the bridges and make preparations for further repair design work that needs to happen and production of repair tender package and specification documents.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd like to note too that the closure plan and the closure of the bridges themselves were discussed with emergency services this week also. So we've tried to be as proactive as possible with reaching out to emergency services especially, but also local stakeholders that may have traffic that could frequent those bridges as part of their business or operation.
Excellent. Yeah. And the bridge construction is what?
It's an old timber bridge.
Yeah.
Bridges.
Any questions from council?
So Jason, the barricade going north on Granville Street, will that's be right around the Prince Street or just past the Prince?
Correct, yeah, if we go back to the previous slide. So there's gonna be larger barricades there's 3 of them that are gonna be installed. If you look at the emblem that's labeled as TC64B, that's the type of setup that you're gonna see at the Reeve Street end of the bridges.
We've considered.
And there'll be one of those placed at the on the Granville Street end, which is where it kind of merges off into both. There'll also be the TC64D street closed arrangement that'll be at the intersection with Granville and Prince. So normal traffic flow will be diverted along Prince Street.
Will there be any extra stop signs right at that, where Prince and Granville?
Extra stop
Yeah,
signs.
yeah, like is there?
There really isn't any stop sign there now, but traffic will be diverted to continue along Prince Street. There'll be advanced signage to advise motorists along Granville Street that the Granville Street bridges are closed, and the street closed arrangement will be there. So we're confident that there's adequate signage and warning systems in place, but part of anything like this, we're going to monitor it once it's installed and set up to make sure that it's working correctly. And if there's any corrections that we have to make or observations that we make that can improve safety, we'll certainly take those under consideration.
Through you,
Councillor
Mr.
Hart.
Mayor.
Yeah.
Jason, it was just brought to my attention about the concerns about traffic flowing through Granville onto Prince, up through McLaughlin Drive. And just a suggestion of a three-way stop. And I understand that everyone's taken the best precautions to make safety and everything for our town, but I think it was relative to local residents there. So the through traffic isn't, you know, coming off Granville, going, speeding through the resident up through Prince or McLaughlin Drive, or just the idea of a three-way stop was considered, just to ask the question.
Sure.
But like you're saying, you're going to monitor
Yeah.
and see how that, how relevant the traffic goes through there.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the comment, and I'll take that back and we'll discuss that with our traffic engineering consultant. And if it's a safety advantage for this setup, that's an easy adaptation we can put into place if required.
Jason, we're asking, there's some good questions coming at you, and you're doing great answering out. We're not putting you in the spot, but I think, you know, for those that are watching at home and, you know, half the room is media, might as well ask some questions now, and you yourself or CAO Terry can ask, because I imagine the public is wondering, because this is probably one of our biggest capital costs if we were to replace this infrastructure. And from a financial perspective, it's probably one of our biggest threats. Would that be fair assessment? Mr. Rowe?
Yeah, well, certainly if we look at climate risk and what's more susceptible, where our biggest risks are, yes, certainly our bridges are a prime consideration, and with very expensive replacement values. The replacement value for the 2-lane Granville Street Bridge is approximately $5 million. So it's the loss of that structure would be a really difficult for our small town to be able to finance a capital project of that nature without assistance. The difficulty is that bridge replacements do not fit into typical funding programs, or at least we have not seen, because most of the bridges in Nova Scotia are owned by the province of Nova Scotia. So we're in a little bit of a different situation. So yes, we'll do everything we can to ensure our bridges are safe and to repair them. But we're always looking at replacement options as well for both bridges.
Excellent. And I, you know, just a bit of an open conversation here. You know, Councillor Barrett and I are on a committee, road production, that's looking at different ways to grow our revenue for the town. So we don't increase tax burden, so we can cover tax, you know, capital costs like this.
Yes.
And the town may, if we're successful, see some new proposals brought forward to them that are different by way of development and industry. And, you know, if people don't want their taxes to go up so we can replace these and maintain these expensive pieces of infrastructure, then hopefully citizens will be open to do like these if we're able to bring them to fruition. One last little question. There's a sister bridge to that, which the province owns on Reeve Street. Are we communicating with the province on, you know, their asset and changes we might anticipate with them and how that could affect the cost of maintenance and repair to our existing bridge?
So one of our first calls when we found out about the issue with our bridge was to Nova Scotia Public Works. And so we talked to the regional manager, Brad Harrison, who has been extremely helpful through this whole process. They own many bridges, and they have bridge inspection teams locally that look after their bridges and inspect on a regular basis. There was work that was completed on that timber construction bridge on Reeve Street, and there was some similar type of work completed. I'm not sure of the complete extent, but certainly the local manager is very well aware of the problem. He sought out not only an individual briefing, but 2 other meetings with other stakeholders. So very much involved and is following and helping as much as possible.
Excellent. Councillor McCrory?
Yes, thank you, Deputy Mayor. So we were just surprised at the end of last week about the status of the bridges.
Right after
And-
the inspection.
Pardon me?
right after the inspection.
Yes, yep. So we were apprised of it last week. And the cost to replace the bridge, as Mr. Doyle has said, is enormous. And we can't do, if that's the road, I mean, we can do repairs or kind of renovations, I guess that's an option, or replacement. I think that's what was discussed when we talked last week. We didn't make any motion yet about approaching the province for assistance with the bridge. And I'm just wondering, should we be making a motion to ask Mr. Doyle to be corresponding with his counterparts with the provincial government about the bridge?
We can,
Yeah.
or we can ask Mr. Doyle to tell us what correspondence he's had already, and I think there has been some, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah, so we reached out to the province of Nova Scotia as soon as we realized the situation. Actually, Brian Luciano, our CFO,
Yes, yeah.
reached out to municipal affairs, and it was very clear that there's no programs in place right now for assistance of that nature. It is extremely important for us to continuously lobby government though for help for these two, what'll be the eventual replacement of these two structures. So at this time, we have reached out. It's certainly our intention to speak with our MLA as well, and I encourage our councillors to do likewise.
So I guess the question is, so should we have a motion from council in terms of corresponding with the province on a formal basis, asking for support? So anyhow, just putting this out on a formal basis that we have this situation with these bridges, and we're looking for, which is out of the ordinary, apparently, from the province to fund this sort of project. But should we not have a motion go forward saying that the town of Port Hawkesbury is requesting this sort of assistance in this situation?
that's
I'd make the motion. That would be a motion I would make.
okay.
Yeah.
And we'll probably go through that, but just let me ask you, and I'd probably vote in favor of it. But just let me ask you, do you think procedurally that's something we should do? And as a new councillor, and you're a seasoned councillor, I'd like to hear from you, Councillor McCoy. Should we make the motion, or is it necessary to make the motion, or is it mute? If the motion you're asking to be done, and we gotta be efficient here.
Yep.
If the work is being done in the motion that you're asking for, and I lean on your experience procedurally to tell me if that's so or not.
So I'd be making the motion, because I think we
Do we have
should
a
be
second
reaching
for
out
the
to the
motion?
province about this.
Do we have okay, so the motion is, I understand.
Yep.
To have staff do what they're already doing, which is communicate with the province on, the
Funding.
bridge. Is that right?
Yep.
Is there a second for that motion?
Yeah, our CAO is doing the job already.
He's demonstrated that, but is there a seconder for the motion? I think
Redundant.
the mayor, you're at home, do you
Expertise.
want to second the motion?
Hi, well, I think it does seem a little redundant to make a motion when the work is already in progress, but if Councillor McCrory is introducing a new action for council consideration, maybe he could clarify what he's asking for.
I'm just, thank you, Mayor. I'm just asking to make a formal, I appreciate what you're saying, Deputy Mayor, that things are underway, but I think formally from council that we should be making that request of the province.
Well,
Anyhow, so we don't have a seconder, and that's fine. It just dies.
So maybe we can read.
can the chair second it? I'm new with this procedure. Can
Yeah.
the chair second it? Or no
Can I
procedurally?
interrupt? Sure, you're different. What if we redirect the letter to the MLA? Instead of, since Terry already reached out to province, what if we redirect the letter, since maybe it'd be a good idea to reach out to.
Or direct a letter instead of redirect. So the motion would be to
direct
send
the letter?
them a letter to Kyle McCrory as their MLA, just looking for support, financial support.
Maybe a little more respectful, because I feel.
Yep.
our-
Yep, so anyway, we need a seconder for
I'll
it.
second that.
Okay,
Okay, all in favor of the motion as presented?
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, catch my breath here for a second.
So Deputy Mayor, just wants, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. But
Just
just,
need a lot coming from you.
through you to Jason. Jason, when we met last week and we were informed about this issue, I think one of the things councillors expressed was the concern about signage for people coming into Port Hawkesbury around Emery's Island. Just, and I think on here you have custom one, you have two signs that are
Yeah.
gonna be put up to give advance notice about
Exactly.
that, right?
There'll be two of those signs in each approach direction to the Greenville Street bridges. So two on Reed Street Hill,
Yep,
going down in those areas, and two on Reed Street coming from the Port Hastings direction towards the bridges.
and Deputy Mayor, you brought it up in that meeting, well, I shouldn't say that, but it was brought up in the meeting about using the big beautiful sign that Public Works has down at the bottom of Reed Street.
Councillor McCory,
Yes,
I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
You're bringing up something I said at a meeting that was in camera.
right, right.
And I
That's what I just
usually
said.
caution of that.
Yeah, no, and I apologize, yes, yeah. So that sign, has we approached Public Works about using that sign?
So the area manager for Nova Scotia Public
Yep.
Works has the ability and authority to post messages
Yes,
on that. He's aware of the traffic arrangement within his jurisdictional boundary.
right,
If he chooses to post that message, it's really a suggestion to him or a possible request to him from us, but
Mhm.
it's I think that is something that he would ultimately make the decision on in consultation with the traffic authority.
okay, yep,
And both of those gentlemen are acutely aware of this work that's upcoming
Mhm.
and have reviewed this traffic plan in detail. Yeah.
okay. And just Deputy Mayor, in terms of safety, I think Councillor Barrett, you were mentioning about stop signs. The RCMP, have we approached the RCMP to, at least initially, to be more present, to monitor how traffic is flowing and stuff through
Yeah,
that
so,
area?
emergency services have been consulted.
Hmm.
We've met with EHS and the local fire chief earlier this week.
Mhm.
And we've had detailed conversations with our CMP members, including the regional commander. So he's aware of the work, and he's discussed the work with the local detachment members, and with the wonderful service we get from the RCMP locally, we'll definitely have conversations with them and monitor the traffic setup, and if it's needed to help with safety through the area, we can request additional patrolling in those areas.
So, but has there been indication from the staff sergeant that they will actually increase their presence around that area, at least initially, or not?
I don't know if we got a specific response on that, but typically, if there's something like this happening, normally, from what I've observed, just my own personal opinion, you do see a greater presence, given the response from the local members. And we're very fortunate in that we have a detachment the size of the one we do in Port Hawkesbury. We have a lot of members based here,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of RCMP cruiser traffic that just has to drive through this area to get to where they need to go on their regular patrolling schedule. So it's an area that probably sees dozens of passes by RCMP vehicles on a daily basis.
Mr. McMillan, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yep.
That was agenda item 13. There was some good conversation. Some of it was probably entertaining for others. But I would say that There was no one hurt. There was safety concerns brought up, structural concerns. That's through preventative engineering inspections that was determined, and I will move on and prepare.
Okay.
Agenda item 14, future meetings. Committee meeting of the whole scheduled for October 21st, 2025, third Tuesday of the month. Agenda item 15. Public question period. I don't think we have anybody in the gallery this evening. Other than staff or media. And agenda item 16, adjournment. We're getting a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
A second.
Adjourned. Thank you.
Well done.
Fine.
Thank you.